Good morning, and welcome back to Sober Sunrise. Not much sun out today in Colorado, where I'm at. It's 6:58 a.m., June 24th, Tuesday. Happy birthday to my sister, my big sister. Turns the big 50 today. So, it's a big day. Let's get into the reading. It's going to be a short one today. I am not feeling good. I think I have an ear infection, of all things. Don't know how that happened, but yeah, it is what it is. All right. Interesting title: A Spiritual Kindergarten. We are only operating a spiritual kindergarten in which people are enabled to get over drinking and find the grace to go on living to better effect. As Bill sees it, page 95. When I came to AA, I was run down by the bottle and wanted to lose the obsession to drink, but I didn't really know how to do that. I decided to stick around long enough to find out from the ones who went before me. All of a sudden, I was thinking about God. I was told to get a higher power, and I had no idea what one looked like. I found out there are many higher powers. I was told to find God as I understand him, and there was no doctrine of the Godhead in AA. I found what worked for me and then asked that power to restore me to sanity. The obsession to drink was removed, and one day at a time, my life went on and I learned how to live sober. I feel like this is an important one that's not going to be one I should gloss over, but I just really don't feel good. Okay, so go back to the top. Bill wrote, "We're only operating a spiritual kindergarten in which people are enabled to get over drinking and find the grace to go on living to better effect." Yeah, I've heard that before, or something like it. I think I heard something like AA is a kindergarten solution to a PhD problem, or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's not right, but the simple it's just because the solution is simple. The problem is complex. Now, notice we never use the word cure in AA because we don't feel like we are cured of our alcoholism. Our disease it doesn't go away. There's no cure. So we're operating a spiritual kindergarten. What that means is keep it the most basic you can. Keep it as kindergarten level thought as you can until at the beginning. So spiritually, that's when you've heard me say they say stuff like find a higher power. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a doorknob. You know my thoughts on that. I don't think that that's correct. But that's this kindergarten level thinking. Keep it really simple. People who are coming into AA are not coming in on a winning streak. They might be not thinking clearly. They might have done a lot of damage to their brain. There's something called wet brain, and it's a real thing. I've seen it, where people's cognitive function is excessively damaged because of the abuse that the alcohol does, or the drugs, or whatever it happens to be. So you have to keep it super simple. A kindergarten level approach. Find a higher power. Okay? Have you found one? Good. Let's move on. That's the kindergarten level approach. But it does, over time, enable people to get over drinking and find the grace to go on living to better effect. So if you keep it really, really simple at first, you won't scare as many people away. Because finding a higher power that you truly understand takes time. It's a very personal process. And when you're just starting out, you're not really thinking long term yet. You're thinking about, how do I get through today? How do I get through the next 5 minutes? So keeping something really simple, setting up a small goal that you can achieve easily, that becomes a win. And you need wins in early recovery. Small wins add up over time. So this first win is really important. Kindergarten level approach. When I came to AA, I was run down by the bottle and wanted to lose the obsession to drink, but I didn't really know how to do that. Yeah, that's the problem most of us face is we want to quit. We want to stop, but we don't really know how to lose the obsession to drink. We can maybe go a few hours and feel really good and feel like I'm not going to drink later tonight. You wake up in the morning, feel like crap. You tell yourself, I am not drinking tonight. I don't care. I don't ever want to feel this way again. A few hours go by, get through your day. Before you know it, bam. Like, okay, it's time for a drink. Your brain just says, all right, it's time for a drink. That's the obsession. And most of us don't know how to lose that obsession at first. And that's why a lot of people go to treatment, including me, twice. Because when you are in an environment that is out of your control, you don't have that option. You physically have to go through the withdrawal. I went through a medically assisted withdrawal because I had a seizure the first time I went through withdrawal, and then the second time I knew I'd had a really bad reaction to it, so I went through a medical assisted withdrawal the second time. That is recommended. Anyway, getting off topic, but the obsession is really hard to beat if you're not in an environment that prohibits drinking. So we really want to lose that, but don't really know how. I decided to stick around long enough to find out from the ones who went before me. So this person just kept going back to meetings. Even if they had to go to a meeting every day, not fully sober, they kept going back. And while it's not encouraged for people to come to meetings having been drinking, it's not prohibited either. If you aren't disrupting the meeting, it's okay. And this person sounds like they just had to keep going over and over to figure it out from the ones who went before. And that's the idea. All of a sudden I was thinking about God. Wow. I was told to get a higher power and I had no idea what one looked like. I found out there are many higher powers. Yep. It's very personal. My higher power won't make sense to most of the other people. God doesn't make sense to me. That's okay. I was told to find God as I understand him. And there are no doctrine of the Godhead in AA. I don't really know what the Godhead means. I don't know when this was written. It's not terminology you hear in AA today, at least not in my experience. Doctrine of the Godhead, like one God you have to follow? No. There's no doctrine in AA. It's not a church. It's not a cult, despite what some people think. Well, isn't that what a cult member would say? That it's not a cult? Yeah, it's not a cult. I found what worked for me and then asked that power to restore me to sanity. Yeah. See, that's my whole thing about, in the kindergarten phase, sure, they say, doesn't matter what it is. Your higher power could be a pencil, it could be a table, it could be a chair, it could be a doorknob. It doesn't matter. I don't know. I want to keep it simple, but I also want to make it something that makes sense. It has to be something that's more powerful than you are. Those inanimate objects have no power. So I tend to say things like, it doesn't matter what you pick. It could be the ocean. It could be the wind. It could be you know, um, the rain, lightning, whatever. Those things have power, and they're easy to grasp. The concept of the ocean is fairly easy to hang on to. And there's a lot of analogies that work with the ocean too. Um, Tell someone who wants to be in control to go out there and push against the ocean and see what happens. See if they can control it. Lots of good ones. I found what worked for me and then asked that higher power to restore me to sanity. The obsession to drink was removed, and one day at a time, my life went on, and I learned how to live sober. Yeah, I was probably, let's see, I don't know, 4 months in to my second stint before I started to think that, okay, I can go back, because I was away from where I live and I was in sober living. And I think it was around 4 months ish that I finally was like, okay, I feel confident now, because I had done 90 meetings in 90 days, treatment, all that stuff. I feel confident now to be able to go back to where I live and function and not worry about another relapse. And even though I felt that 4 months in, I still waited another 3 months to be absolutely certain. One day at a time, my life went on. I learned how to live sober. Yes. It takes time to heal. We did a lot of damage over a long period of time. We can't heal in a short period of time. It's just not how the world works, not how our bodies work, not how our brains work, our minds. We have to take the time and give ourselves the grace to heal. Okay, very short video today. I am really just not feeling good at all. So thank you for being on the other side of the video and listening and watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you like the channel, subscribe, please. The more likes and subscribes, the more the algorithm will pick it up and put it into other people's homepage if they search for anything related to sobriety, recovery, sunrise. I don't know, maybe even sunrise, it'll pop up. But I just want the channel to reach as many people as it can, to help as many people as it can. And that's all I want. So like, subscribe, share the video, share the channel with someone who might need to hear the message. And come back for another one tomorrow. And whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this, you are enough. You are worth it. You're loved. And yeah, I love you. So come back again. Okay, thanks. Bye.